What famous mom dated a convicted chomo and also stole her daughter's money? I'll give you 3 guesses. Hi, and welcome to True Crime and Wine Couple. We're Pete and Mary, and today we're going to talk about one of my, well, it used to be a guilty pleasure. Now it's just like watching a train wreck, and I don't know why I keep watching it, probably because of the true crime aspect of it. But today we're going to talk about June Shannon.
AKA Mama June.
Mama June. And the current show is now called Mama June Family Crisis. That's what it's being called now, so we're going to talk about that a little bit.
And I am ashamed that I know as much as I know about Mama June. I think I may have to give up my man card. I'm not sure how that works.
He sadly has to hear a lot about it vicariously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, the OG show, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, was very entertaining. It was just basically, their southern, backwoods southern life, and Honey Boo Boo was like, a cute little kid, and they did stuff like throw spaghetti to the wall to see if it sticks, and it was done, which if you were raised Italian like I was, your mother would beat you if you did that. So yeah, it was just a cute little entertaining show, and then Mama June made it something totally different. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So the Shannon family first appeared on TV in 2011 in a show titled Toddlers and Tiaras, and that was when Honey Boo Boo was introduced to the world and the rest of the family, and apparently they were so entertaining that then they got their own spin-off show in 2012, which was called Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. The family is pretty, she had 4 daughters. She had quite a few kids. Is Anna, who sadly is now deceased at 29 years old. She had adrenal cancer, stage 4 cancer. And her dad was Anthony Michael Ford. I'm sorry, we don't know her dad. She was abused by her Mama June's boyfriend, Mark McDaniel. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Okay, then there's Jessica, who is also known as Chubbs. She is 27. She currently resides in Georgia with her girlfriend Cheyenne, and Cheyenne has a little girl. And Lauren, who is also called Pumpkin, which pretty much that's all they call Lauren, is they call her Pumpkin. Jessica White goes by Jessica now, and she's 24. And their dad was Anthony Michael Ford, who was a convicted child molester. So as you can see, Mama June had really good taste in men, and she found herself some stellar guys to get with. And then there is Alana, who is 18, almost 19, and her dad is Mike Thompson, also known as Sugar Bear. I don't know why. And Mama June split from him in 2015. So in 2015, TLC canceled Here Comes Honey Boo Boo because pictures of Mama June with Mark McDaniel snuggling in bed together and Alana in the same room appeared on social media. So TLC said, bye-bye show. We can't be part of this, which TLC, yeah, and believe it or not, is part of a lot of crazy stuff. We'll probably talk about Sister Wives one day, and that's another thing that I think that show needs to go to, but that's a whole other story. So anyway, they canceled the show in 2015 because of the allegations that she was back with this Mark McDaniel guy, and obviously there was pictures, so photographs don't lie. So they brought back the show in 2017, and the premise of that show was called Mama June from Not to Hot. And Sugar Bear was going to get married to Jennifer Lamb. I think it was not to not, but that's a whole other story. Although yes. She did look good at the end of the show. So anyway, Sugar Bear was going to get married to Jennifer Lamb, and Mama had to look hot to prove, that she had moved on from Sugar Bear, which I don't know why you would need to be hot to move on from Sugar Bear.
No.
It makes no sense. Sugar Bear likes women that are a minimum of 300 pounds.
Hey, Sugar Bear likes what he likes.
Pete, that's one of Pete's favorite quotes from the show. So anyway, so they have to show from not to hot, and it's about Mama June losing all this weight and getting all this plastic surgery, and basically being, I think she's very very narcissistic mother that she is, and it was all about her getting hot. And then she goes to Sugar Bear's wedding, which is like this backwoods southern affair, and everybody, is dressed like they're in the backwoods of the South, and Mama June shows up like in this sexy red dress with her trainer as her date, whose name was Kenya. And I mean, obviously Kenya being this, big jacked guy, and his name was Kenya, he stuck out like a sore thumb at the wedding. But Mama June had the hottest date there. So anyway, so she gets her revenge. And then she starts dating Gino Doak.
Oh, wait, is that all you're going to say about that?
That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay.
The funniest part of that is because Mama June lost all that weight, Sugar Bear's wife was like, if she could do it, I can do it.
Right.
So she went and lost all the weight, and then Sugar Bear's like, nah, you're not fat enough anymore.
Well, he did tell June she looked good at the wedding, because he saw June and he was like, holy crap, like he didn't even recognize her. And I think she probably fit in that dress for 1 week.
So as soon as she lost that weight, he was out.
He likes what he likes. He likes the big girls. You go, Sugar Bear. Okay, so then June starts dating Gino Doak she dates him from 2015 to 2019. Now, at the beginning of the series, Gino looked like a stand-up guy. Like, he helped the girls. He was a contractor. He built a room for Alana. But I think what happens to these men is they date her, and basically she's legally blind, so they become her caretaker, and they stop working, and she becomes their whole life. So she has all this money that she stole from her kids. We'll get to that later. So I think what happens is, they get into this lifestyle where they're just hanging out with Mama June all day, and she doesn't do much except really go to eat and sit around the house. So, and spend money. So I'm assuming that maybe they get bored. I don't know. So anyway, so they both developed an addiction, a drug addiction. And I think it was crack and meth, because the paraphernalia they were arrested was a crack pipe. Okay, so she develops the addiction, and then he and Mama June get arrested together in 2019. And the two attend rehab together, and they split in 2021. And then after that, Mama June begins dating Justin Stroud, who's a fellow addict, and I think more than 10 years younger than her. And he's a convicted felon, but he is in recovery. They wed in March of 2022. He seems to be a decent guy. He gets very angry with her when she lies to her daughters. He's there for her grandkids. He seems like a good guy. Now, I've seen allegations online that he is very rude, mean, and abusive to her, because they're all over TikTok, so you get to see like their lives when they're not being filmed, you know what I mean? And he does get really angry with her. He does not like her lying. He does not like her manipulation, and she lies like it is her job, man. When you see this woman talk to her children, she does everything, she's entitled. She's all about her. She circle talks. She gives them word salad. It's very difficult to watch this mother of four daughters just acting the way she acts. Okay, so here's the controversies. Now, the show is very confusing because it was, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, then it got canceled. Then it was Not Too Hot. Then it was Family Crisis. Then it was Road to Redemption, and now it's back to Family Crisis. So that is how crazy it's been. And while she was in the throes of her addiction and with Gino, and at the end of things with Gino, she was estranged from her daughters, and now she does speak to them again. We'll see if she stays estranged from them, because I'll get to that. So one of the first controversy was that 6-year-old Alana was given go-go juice. Okay, so this is a 6-year-old child. And go-go juice, if you don't know, is half Red Bull and half Mountain Dew. And it was definitely the 16-ounce bottle she would give it to her in. And this kid would just chug this. And if you know kids and soda, I would not give my children soda, but a lot of my friends drink soda, and their kids guzzle it like it's their job. So this kid would just guggle this go-go juice, and then she would get all wacky and go on stage, which I'm sure was, great for TV and great for the pageants and stuff, but probably not so good for Honey Boo Boo's health.
No.
Okay. So then Honey Boo Boo got canceled. This is the second controversy, because she was dating Mark McDaniel, and she did not believe her daughter, Anna, even though Mark McDaniel was convicted in 2004. So she got back together with him over a decade later. And when it was first reported that he was convicted, it said that he had molested an 8-year-old boy, but they did that to protect Anna's identity. It was Anna, and she was 8 years old at the time. Okay, so Anna went on Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil questioned Mama June, and she did all her lying and all her manipulation and all her bull crap on the Dr. Phil show. So all that went down with that too. And then she did reconcile with Anna because she wanted to prove to Justin's family that she was close to her own family when she was getting married, and none of them spoke to her at the time. So she starts talking to Anna, which turned out well because June was a caretaker for Anna as she was passing away, and she also now has custody of Anna's 12-year-old daughter. So
that doesn't seem like a good idea.
I'll tell you what, this Justin dude seems like a stand-up guy. Like, he takes Lauren and her husband Josh Efford have 4 children. She's 24 years old with 4 kids, from 6 to infants. And he takes them to the play place, and I don't know, he seems like a decent guy. I guess we'll find out. And he did have like the right concerns about getting custody of the 12-year-old. So we'll see how that goes. Time will tell. So then on March 13th of 2019, she was arrested with Gino for possession, paraphernalia, and he had a domestic violence charge because he was like screaming at her in the car. I don't think he hit her or anything, but I think he was threatening her. Okay. They never showed up for their indictment. They went to rehab, and Mama June checked out 12 hours later. But then she did go back to rehab, and she did get clean later on. And Lauren at that point gets custody of Alana. And there was a whole big thing where Mama June did not want to pay child support for her own daughter, and it was really disgusting. And she wound up, I think, paying $800 a month, which for how much that woman makes was a mere pittance, in my opinion. So that was a big controversy, and that really caused more of a rift between her and her daughters. Okay, then on March 29th, so the most recent controversy just was on the March 29th show. It's on Friday nights. It was an episode of Mama June Family Crisis, and it was revealed that Alana only had $30,000. So Alana's going to college. She's going to college in Colorado. She has a $21,000 a year scholarship, which, if you know anything about college, that's basically a drop in the hat. Plus, she's living in Colorado, which I guess is extremely and a very expensive area to live in. I hear it's really expensive to live there. So Alana did Dancing with the Stars, Junior, I think it's Junior, and she also did Masked Singer. Now, she and Mama June did Masked Singer together. If you saw the episode, they were the beach ball. They sang Party in the USA. They definitely should stick to reality TV and not get a singing career. But if you saw the episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so then Mama claimed that she put 80% of the money, which was over $100,000, into this account that they have for minors in California, because both of those shows were filmed in California. So it turns out that Mama June only had $30,000 in the account for Alana. So that was a whole big controversy. She swore to Justin and her family that she put 80% of the money in, only 30% of the money is there. So Mama June acts like 30%, $30,000. Hey, that's a huge deal. You have so much money. Kids would love to go to college with that. Well, this isn't any kid. This is a kid who's been a child star since she's 6 years old. I should probably say celebrity. So she should probably have a lot more money than that. And then they talked about how, Mama June gave, one of the daughters did go to college, Jessica. So she gave Jessica money for college. She gave Josh and Pumpkin money for a car. And then she gave Alana this $30,000 to go to college. Now, Alana, basically, of the whole family, earned almost most of the money. I mean, she was the star of the family. She and Mama June were the stars of the family.
There wouldn't have been a show if it wasn't for her.
Right, because they wouldn't have gotten noticed on television. Cheers, right. Absolutely. And Alana said, I worked since I was 6 years old, and now I've got nothing to show for it. And I don't blame the kid. I'd be really pissed. And it's not like the mother spent the money. The mother lost the house because of drugs. Like, it's not like she bought a house and said, here's a house for you guys to live in. Here's cars I bought for you guys. Like, it's not like she took that money and invested it and bought the girl stuff. She spent it on jewelry. She's got like more rings than you can't even imagine. She spent it on her plastic surgery. She spent it on her drugs. She spent it on her men. Her boyfriend, her husband Justin, is wearing, like, he looks like Mr. T. He's wearing these chains that that must have cost a fortune. So, I mean, all you gotta do is watch the show to tell what she spent the money on. It wasn't on Lana.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or her family. It was on her and her men. And she has a history of choosing men over her daughters, which obviously she did. She chose men and drugs over her kids. She always makes an effort to get back at them, but it's all about her. It's never about the kids. You know what I mean? And in the beginning, she really loved, it always seemed like she really loved Anna's kids, and she really loved Lauren's oldest, but she basically doesn't even pay attention to the other babies. So that's the story. So they are the controversies of Mama June. Now, I'm going to ask Peter, do you think this woman still belongs on TV?
No, I don't think Cher should have ever been on TV to begin with. That toddlers and tiara thing, that was basically child abuse. What those mothers were doing to those kids for those pageants is borderline child abuse.
It's
and
creepy.
The fact that they're airing it and they're making a big deal out of it was just ridiculous back then, and then the whole show's ridiculous. And now I even know that it exists. It just I shouldn't know it exists, but I do, and I know everything about it. It's embarrassing.
One year for Halloween, they all dressed up and they were in this parade and they were on this float and they dressed like the Kardashians and they're like, we're the Kardashians. I think when it started in 2012, yes, those pageant things, they creep me out. I mean, if you see those pictures of those little girls, I don't know. I think they should be natural. I think if you're in a pageant, I think they could wear a pretty dress and I think they could wear pretty shoes, but they don't need to be made up like Insta models. The JonBenet Ramsey. I mean, and JonBenet Ramsey was on a whole other playing field because those people were loaded. I mean, obviously, Mama June did not have the money for the pageants that the Ramseys had. So it's really creepy. I don't know why the kids just can't be natural and just be kids. It doesn't make sense to me, but, and it's the South too. The South is very into the big hair and, all the makeup and, doing the hair and all that. So, I don't know. But I have to say, when the first show did first air, I'm totally against the go-go juice. That was insane to give that to a 6-year-old. I work with some students that have serious Red Bull addiction. I
can't even drink Red Bull. It doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, a lot of people don't
do well. And same with Mountain Dew. I can't do Mountain Dew either.
No, and it's not clean energy. You know what I mean?
No,
it's all synthetic crap.
Yeah.
But I have to say, other than that, when she wasn't doing the pageants, the family was very entertaining. They didn't have a pool, so they made a huge mud puddle and they all swam in that. The food they ate was very amusing. Mama June was an extreme couponer, so there was just hundreds and hundreds of bottles of detergent and all this crap in the house. So all that was really interesting. I found the kids funny. I thought the kids were funny. The way she was horrible to Sugar Bear. And now it came out at the end that he actually caused Pumpkin's eye buckle. He threw something at Pumpkin, and so he was abusive to the kids as well.
You can tell he's a total dirtbag.
But the way she treated him was a lot worse than the way he treated her on the show. You never know what happens behind closed doors. And reality TV isn't reality, so.
It's not reality, it's all fake.
I just think, though, with this happening, it's just time to cut this show. You know what I mean? Or make it about Alana and Pumpkin and Jessica and the kids. You know what I mean? Move on to them. But Mama June's the draw. I think people want to watch the train wreck. You know what I mean? I watch it. I don't watch it for Mama June. I watch it because I watched it back in the day, and I don't know. Like I said, you watch it because you watch the train wreck.
every day why you watch it, but you do.
And I don't subscribe to the net. I watch it on YouTube, which is usually some Asian person is posting it, which thank you, anyone who posts it. And they will often post it in a loop, so you have to go through all the videos to see what the whole video is. And then at the end, they'll leave 5 minutes of them just hanging out on their computer or playing their Squid Games or whatever shows on their, and they'll just have 5 minutes of them hanging out. It's so strange. If you watch it that way, leave me a comment because that would be funny that somebody else watches that way. So really, I do not support the network in any way. I support whatever Asian channel is putting it up 4 hours. The dad of Anna's younger daughter does have custody of her, so and he seems like a decent guy. Yeah, I
Why
don't
does he
know.
have custody of one and not the other?
Because he's not the father of the one.
Oh,
Yeah, and he didn't.
Gotcha.
He wouldn't take them both. Yeah. So obviously, you see where he stood.
yep.
Yeah. So that is the controversies and crimes of Mama June, who is a criminal, is a convicted criminal, and all her men, every man she was with except for Sugar Bear, were also convicted criminals. A long line of convicted criminals in that family. So that's the story about Mama June.
Who'd have thunk it that Sugar Bear was the prize?
Yeah, that's pretty sad that he's the best one of them all.
Yeah.
Well, no, Justin Stroud he's coming in strong still, unless he's abusive to her behind the scenes. And you know, when you're with somebody that much and to me, you know, a guy should be a guy. He should be doing his own thing. He should have his own thing going on. But then again, he's a convicted felon, so he probably can't get a decent job, you know, so I don't know. I just think that's a bad situation you're setting yourself up for as an older woman with a younger man being your caretaker and your husband. I just think that's a recipe for that relationship not working out, in my opinion. What do you think?
I try not to think about it. Try very hard.
As you can tell, this is all my video.
Yes, it was.
So if you want to know more about Mama June or Sister Wives or any stupid reality TV that I watch, I gave up on 90 Day Fiance, but I have a long history of watching 90 Day Fiance, and I just can't do Married at First Sight anymore. Remember, I've had an addiction to that for a while, but they just kept picking the worst matches. Like, they were just picking people just to, you know, watch it implode. So I just don't even do that anymore. But if you want to know a little bit more about any reality TV that you'd like us to cover, I would like to cover the crimes of Cody Brown someday, because I disagree with that lifestyle, and I think they definitely milk the system. So
Yes.
if you'd like to see us cover that, leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you like, we seem to do well with this kind of fluffier content, probably because, you know, we don't have the time that some of the other channels have to do the real true crime stuff. So leave us a comment. We will put out the content you want to see. We're putting this out for you. We're not doing this for us. If we were doing this for us, we'd just be sitting around the dinner table talking about it.
Yep.
And he would be ignoring me by now. So so I get to talk about this with you, and he has to listen. So
Yes.
it works out for me really well. We're having the cider.
Cider day, hardball cider. This is the blueberry hard cider. Excellent. Probably the best one.
If you watch our most recent Delphi video, we have footage of Hardball Cider. If you'd like to see some footage of Hardball Cider and see what that place looks like, if you want to check it out, you can check out that video and look at the footage. That'll be the end of the video.
Yes, it
So
will.
you have to stay till the end to see.
Yes, there is no
footage.
fast forwarding. You must stay till the end.
That really helps us out. We appreciate your support. We're over 500 subscribers now. We reached that goal. We really want to get to 1,000, and we're hoping you guys can help us make it happen. So thanks for your support. We appreciate you.